Was having technical difficulties. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the weekly original Crock Pet Diet. I'm Michael Daly, certified canine massage therapist, certified holistic pet health coach through Dr. Roberts, and certified equine shiatsu massage practitioner and pet owner for a million years and technician for a million years. So, hope everyone's having a good week. We had a couple questions, still some confusion on the calcium, and now you have brought me with you. Absolutely brought me down the road of confusion as well. So Laura, yeah, because I've been busy this week, so I've not been able to keep up with people asking questions during the week. I have to be able to balance it out. So I didn't get a chance to look until this morning, which is frustrating because I normally have a coaching call with Dr. Roberts on Monday, and I could have brought these questions up to her then to have a better answer for you. Because I know there was confusion with a YouTube clip, and I think that I was like kind of trying to follow the math with it, and I think it was off. And I think also that Dr. Roberts would have changed it if that was correct. But I am going to double check with her to make sure that we're on track with that, and make sure that's okay. And so yeah, so Laura, I have not given up on you. I've not given up on making sure that the calcium ratio is absolutely clear for all of us now. So I promise you, like that's the thing with this guy is like if I don't know an answer, I will make sure I find out with Dr. Roberts, and I will eventually get to you, even if I message you. I will find out the answer. Sometimes it just takes a little time to get hold of her because she's so busy, and then we're on different time zones, and so Mondays are our only chance. So if I don't, I messaged her the questions. So if she doesn't get back to me, I will definitely talk to her on Monday and have an answer for you on Tuesday for the calcium. But I will say that let's go ahead and go into Facebook. I will say that the conversions have to do with the amount of phosphorus in pork. That's why it's different. But I did bring up to her the beef with the calcium with the cats and dogs and why it's different. So I'm gonna get an answer on that too. It's funny. I've actually yet to. Cats have been such a hard sell that there's a cat starter recipe that usually is the go-to. So I usually go to that with everybody. So yeah, but I'll find out for you. A calcium question. Okay. And so Heather actually, yeah. So speaking of cats, Heather had a question about it. So does anyone here cook for their kitties? I'm wondering if I can stick to protein only with maybe one veggie. My cat refuses the template recipe. And yes, it's a slow process with some cats. Dana had been going through a lot with it. Dana says my cat Stamp refuses almost everything. He will not even eat just plain Jane chicken. I was with him a week ago when he actually ate some baked chicken. Cats are hard. I would just start slow. Absolutely. And Dana's right on the money. Yes. And so, Heather, there is a starter recipe template. I don't know if you have that. It's in the Crock Pet package. Not what I want. One sec here, y'all. Yes, and I'm going to ask her about this, Laura, I promise, and I'll give you a good answer next week. I'll message you beforehand if I find it out beforehand. I'll put it on the chat if she gets to me beforehand. So there is a original Crock Pet for cats starter recipe, Heather. And yeah, and it's just chicken, avocado oil, kale, squash, carrots. I mean, and yeah, even that has a couple more vegetables in it. So, if you're doing this and he's not buying it, then this is where you want to pull out I'd pull out the supplements to get him because he may be tasting the calcium citrate in there. And also pull out the kale if you want to and just do the yellow squash and carrots because they'll eat more of a sweet taste. You may have to, like, if you're using the holistic body support, you may have to pull that out. So it is a slow transition. It is, and it can take times. It took time. It took my cat was easy, although I mean, he is picky though, y'all. Like, but my cat transitioned pretty easily to it. But there are days where I've got to get, like Froms or something for him. So he's picky and he's older now too. So when he was younger, he sort of would eat anything. But I know, Dr. Roberts' cat Romy, I think it was a 6 to 8 month transition. So it's a slow process. You just got to kind of hang in there. So yeah, so try pulling out the kale if you're doing kale. Do yellow squash. See if that makes it. You may just do chicken and that's it. See if you can start with that and then slowly add some stuff in. And don't feel like you have to make a whole recipe. Like you can like just cut up some chicken, pate it. Also, the consistency they tend to be really picky about. So some cats really like it pateed. Some cats like it chunky. My cat likes sometimes pateed, sometimes chunky, sometimes he wants French fries. He's like me. So yeah, just it takes some time, but make sure you do know that there is the starter recipe there. So, and yeah, you may even have to cut out the kelp for a little bit as well. So yes. Yeah, and even in this, it has the 4 tablespoons of now calcium citrate with the chicken. And I'm gonna say that it's just for cats, it's nutritional values. They need more calcium in the diet. That's probably the reasoning behind it. All right. Okay. So we're gonna get to the baby. Dana had a question. What white and light yellow carrots they count as orange flesh or other veggies? And people actually answered this pretty well. Again, I love what you guys answer for me. Michael says, I guess would depend on the beta carotene levels, as that's what the carrots are for in the recipe. White carrots have no beta carotene, so I would say they would just be another vegetable like squash, pumpkin, green beans. I bought those marked down. It's a great place too. I thought they might be parsnip. They smell and taste like carrots. Yeah, and Leno says, I think if you use in one batch, it's no big deal. Yellow squash can also be added for beta carotene. And yeah, they're both kind of right on the money. I would add it. I would use it like a vegetable, like squash or pumpkin or green beans as well, like Michael said. So yeah, I would treat it more like a squash than anything else. Dana. All right. Let's see here. So yeah, so Laura, I'm sorry. It can get really confusing. So she figured out the calcium conversions, which is great. And I'm going to find out the different reasons just to make sure that we have it. We're all on the same page here. Pork has more phosphorus in it, so that's why there is more calcium for. I'm sorry, I have someone messaging me about their friend's acting career. So yeah, there is more phosphorus in pork, and that's why the calcium does get increased with the pork. But so far, Lulu, such a cute name, and your dog is so cute. Absolutely loves pork recipe. I'm going slowly transition away from Hill's gastrointestinal biome wet food. I mean, either way, it's still better than the Hill's gastrointestinal biome wet food. And our vet had recommended to help with GI issues, but I'm really looking forward to getting her fully on CrockPet. Excellent. She's been struggling with intermittent diarrhea since mid-November. We finally got a diagnosis, Giardia, in late January. She's treated with Panicure now. We're in the process of rechecking stool samples to make sure it's cleared. Good. I would keep up on that. Some more background on Lulu. She is nearly 16 years old, which is an amazing age for a dog. give or take, and she's my miracle girl. 6 years ago, I nearly lost her to severe and sudden onset neurological disease and spontaneous heart failure. She was given the 50-50 chance and spent a week in intensive care. I've been feeding her a legume-based vegan kibble for about a year prior to her collapse, and her cardiologist believes that this will cause her heart failure. I will never forgive myself for making such a mistake, but it's put me on a path to learning more about dog and cat nutrition. That's how I found out. Yeah, and it's okay. It's okay. There's so much information out there, Laura. So much information. I can understand why you're being so particular in finding out, exactly the calcium is for you. And so I know, and these vegan diets and things like that. It's just so much information out there and so many things. So yeah, and legumes can have lectins that are hard on the heart. So yes, but it's okay. It's okay. You're just trying to do the best for her, and she's 16. I mean, this is a wonderful age for a dog. It's a wonderful age and still going. You know, um, we still don't know what caused her neurological disease, as she was too fragile to undergo a spinal tap, and all other tests came back negative. The decision was ultimately made to treat her as if she had meningitis, and thankfully she found it excellent. That's great. After coming home, she made slow and steady progress. She needed help walking and had lost the sight in one eye. I switched her food and supplemented with taurine and L-carnitine. To her doctor's opinion, she made a complete recovery and was able to come off all medications, including her heart meds. Her vision was also restored, and she was able to enjoy a full. I mean, that's amazing, Laura. About 4 years ago, she was diagnosed with hypothyroidism. In 2021, we learned she has atypical Addison disease. Poor baby. Shortly after that, her recheck echocardiogram showed some decreased heart function, and so we resumed pemabendin. Her last echo from August 2022 shows her heart nearly normal again. Great, but I've been instructed to watch her sodium intake. She also has mild chronic kidney disease, so should I be concerned at all about the 1 teaspoon of salt in the recipe raising sodium levels too high? And no, I wouldn't be. It's not enough to cause any issues, so I would not. Especially, it sounds like if she's got mild chronic kidney disease, she's probably at stage 1/early 2. And so the regular diet is also okay for that as well. So yes. But I will find the calcium information out for you. And I apologize for the confusion. Um, I'll get that done. And more importantly, Lulu is adorable. Look at that face. This is why I love older borderers. They're so cute. The little gray right there. Ah, so cute. And she looks happy. You're doing a great job, Laura. All right. Dana, two-part question. Jack is getting neutered in 2 weeks, 18 months, and kicked out of dog camp for excessively humping other dogs. I don't know. Why wasn't the employee kicked out? I mean, I worked at a doggy daycare where I had to manage up to 50 dogs at a time, 50 large dogs at a time. And if I had a dog humping, they would not be. So I don't know if they should have thrown him out. I think they should have thrown the employee out. Are there any supplements or tweaks to the Crock Pet diet to support healing after surgery? Also, my vet offers stem cell harvesting storage. The cost is prohibitive for me, 1800. It's expensive, but I was wondering, has anyone done this? I understand the benefits. As my old GSD, oh my gosh, why am I having a brain fart on GSD? Great Siberian Dalmatian. Why can I get the GSD? Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart. Had cancer. I'm so sorry. Just curious, but the price point is too high for me. So we actually did stem cells work at Sundog Cat Moon when I worked there, and I used to prepare the stem cells in the platelet-rich plasma. And we used it on a cat named Sabrina, Penelope Hayes' kitty, and it was for chronic kidney disease. And we use it to decrease the inflammation around the kidneys to help with it. And the levels dropped mildly, but oh my gosh, I think she lived, I think we did it when she was, oh my gosh, I can't remember anymore. I think it was something where she was like 16 or 15 when we did it. And then it was as if she passed away, I wanna say at 20 or 21, and I'm telling you, this cat did not look 20 or 21. Um, just was amazing. We also used it a lot with arthritis. And I will say that it was a very, I want to say it's like a 50-50 thing that pets responded or pets didn't respond. But when they did respond, they responded really well. So it's definitely something that I think is worth doing. If you have the money, it is expensive. I don't know if some insurances, pet insurances would cover it. But yeah, so I want to say it's like a 50-50 thing, Dana, with it right now from my experience from seeing it and having talked to people. But when it works amazing. Like for Sabrina, there was another dog that, oh my gosh, this dog was like, could not walk and was running. I mean, it was amazing what it could do. So it's going to get more and more popular. So Jack is getting neutered, 18 months. And that's okay. So yes, so we put down a link for you for post-surgical care, which I'll pull up here. So this is all sort of the post-surgical care products that can be helpful with a neuter. So neuters are pretty easy recovery-wise, surgery-wise. I mean, it's a fast procedure, and recovery time is pretty easy. It's not as hard as it looks very difficult. If you're a guy assisting in a neuter, it's painful, and mostly women are doing it because veterinarian offices is a very female high percentage, and so I mean, sometimes it's like just easy on the boys, easy on the boys. But the recovery is pretty easy for guys, but yeah, so there's little so to help prevent leaking from the surgery site, there's little jumpsuits you can get. Another trick you can do is you can use a male boxer shorts, and so you just flip them over so where the woohoo comes out of, you just put the tail out of, and it's really cute. And that can help with leaking, so you don't have to really use an e-collar because they're just like the e-collars are just like there's no way to make them good. They're just a nightmare. Um, and then herbal turmeric is a great thing to use to help decrease inflammation after the surgery. A lot of this is stuff to help with decreasing inflammation. Sissy loops. These are the PEMF blankets and pads that people have been talking about a couple of times. The pulse electromagnetic field and sends off to help decrease inflammation at cellular level. And of course, what you're already doing the CrockPet recipe, because it's all about helping decrease inflammation. So, and then boswellia is another. So boswellia is like frankincense, and so that's really good with helping decrease inflammation. And so the thing about, and someone had written a great comment, Leah, excellent, Leah. So Leah's talking about, and so there was some research at Oregon State on golden retrievers that with pets that have been spayed or neutered, they have 30 times more luteinizing hormones in their body. And what luteinizing hormones do is they interact with ovaries and testes. And so they found that in neutered pets, the luteinizing hormones are 30 times more. And so what luteinizing hormones will do instead of reacting with those, the testes and ovaries, is that they'll react with other non-reproductive organs. So like your thyroid gland, your adrenal gland, your pituitary gland, cruciate stuff. For women, lower urinary tract. So you see a lot of sometimes incontinence after surgery with some females. So there are products that help if you have to neuter or spay your pet, which is just unfortunately just in the U.S. we're kind of not there yet, and it really has to do with it's that whole idea of like a couple of bad apples in the bunch ruin the bunch sort of thing. So just with all like the you know uh, overpopulation of pets and everything like that, that's why they're so strict about it, and it sort of also has this stigma of like a neuter dog is aggressive. So And I also have friends that own doggy daycares, and I can tell you they're just being on the safe side, which is fine, which is great. Um, so yeah, so these are they're products that you can use to help support the adrenal glands and the thyroid gland, the pituitary gland, and Simplex F, which is what Leah had recommended and talked a little bit about here, um, is one of them, which is a great. So Simplex F, I'm sorry, Simplex M, which is so there's F for female, M for male. So Dana, you would do the Simplex M. And yeah, so it's Simplex M is a testicular health supplement that supports the healthy function of testes and adrenal, pituitary, thyroid glands. Um, and so yeah, it helps support them. And standard process is made all out of glandular products and things like that. So that is a product that you can start to help support him. And then you're already on the Crock Pet diet, which so the idea is to continuously help the body decrease inflammation, also help the liver detoxify. So brassica vegetables, adding more brassica vegetables in the Crock Pet diet help phase 2 liver detoxification. So you can do that. Also, going back into this post-surgical care. Um, Really good gut health is excellent. So using a product like Phytospore to keep the good bacteria in there. And then C60 Purple Powers organic avocado oil. So C60 is carbon 60, and it's a very, very powerful antioxidant. And it has been known to help support thyroid gland, adrenal gland, and pituitary gland, and also help with testosterone in people and pets. So this is also a product that you can add as well to support your pet once they are neutered or spayed. I'm actually going to start this on my cat to see how it does for him. So I'll post it. So I think that was all of them on here. Yes, we have a lot of options there, Dana, to help. I personally would use the Simplex M, and I would use and of course, keep on the Crock Pet diet, and I would also use the C60 Purple Power. I just heard really good things about it. And the Carbon 60 is sort of one of these like new, like hyped up discoveries. So I actually ordered some for myself as well. So, so yeah. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, let's see. Laura's got. Let's see. Thanks for answering my question on the seesaw. Also, I want to double check the dose for allergic glycerin. Whether she weighs 40 pounds, should it be a half teaspoon once a day or twice a day? My husband and I. Let me look real quick. Um, I can look at this label 1,000 times, guys, and still forget what it is. Just FYI. So half a teaspoon per day, dog. 1/4 teaspoon body per 20 pounds body weight for pets. Use double the dose. So it's per day. So 45-pound dog, a quarter teaspoon, so it's half a teaspoon. So it's half a teaspoon once a day. So think about it as like, I think the trick to think about it with the holistic total body support, y'all, is to not think of it as an ingredient to the Crock Pet diet. Think of it as a separate multivitamin that you're using. So it's almost like, You know what I mean? So that way you're not, so if it's like once a day, it's like, oh, I don't put in both my servings. No, you're just doing the multivitamin to help round out your pet's nutritional support. So it'd be like us taking a standard process multivitamin. I take it once a day to round out my nutrition for the day. So it's once a day. I can't believe how many times I've read that, guys, and I still forget it. I'm an actor. So yeah. So should it be 1/2 teaspoon once a day or twice? Once a day. Once a day, once a day, once a day, Laura. You're doing great. Everything your dog's going through, it's awesome. I love y'all's stories. I really, really do. All right. Let me just refresh just in case. Something else popped up. Thank you so much for yeah, absolutely, Laura. You got it. I did use the three forks, no beans, and good, excellent. Okay, and I will find out the rest for you. Absolutely find out the rest, especially having. I mean, goodness, you poor thing going through what you went through with your puppy, with the vegan diet. Like, all right, good to go. How do I do this? I'm still having like, I'm negative COVID, guys, but I'm still having like leftover fogginess. As I randomly chit chat on the Q&A. All right, going here. This is how we do this. All right. I'm here. I'm with you. I'm with you guys. All right. Oh, got it. All right. And Laura is on here asking about yeah. So yeah, 1/2 teaspoon. All right. Oh, and let me, Dana, while I'm here, I will put let me do this for you. Here is a simplex M. And then I think I got yeah, I do. This is the C60. This is what I would do. I would use these two products, plus the Crock Pet Diet, plus adding in Nebraska vegetables more to help liver detoxify for my pet. And this is what I would tell my friends to do. Why is it not? Okay. Here is this carbon 60 purple power. I really want to see how my cat does this on this, guys. Because I think he's in early, I gotta get his blood work done, but I think he's in early chronic kidney disease as well. So I want to see how it helps with that. I have him on CBD already with inflammation. So all right, y'all. Sorry, I'm rambling. All right. Y'all have a good week. I will follow up with the calcium. That will be like next week's topic, just to get that clarified. And yeah, y'all are doing great. I love the questions. I love the answers. They help me when I'm sometimes like, oh, I don't know. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So you guys are really great with the answers. And yeah, I will talk to you soon. Have a good week.